Hey everyone, welcome to your channel name, where we talk all about coins, their values, and the fascinating 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. So sit back, relax, and let's jump right in. Before we dive into its value, let's start with a little bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, and it has been a staple in American currency ever since. But not all Lincoln pennies are created equal, especially when it comes to certain years, mint marks, and production errors. The 1972 penny, like many others, was produced in large quantities. Typically, these pennies have a mint mark that identifies where they were produced. But here's where it gets interesting. Some 1972 pennies, most notably those produced in Philadelphia, were minted without a mint mark. Pennies produced in the Philadelphia Mint typically don't carry a mint mark at all. In fact, this has led to some confusion among coin collectors, especially when they come across a 1972 penny with no mint mark and assume it's rare. But is it really as rare as it seems? Let's find out. Now, let's talk about why this no mint mark 1972 penny is so special. First off, you may be wondering why it's called a no mint mark penny. Well, this penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins traditionally don't carry a mint mark. However, the interesting thing is that there were some years, including 1972, where this was thought to be a potential error or anomaly that caused some collectors to think there were missing mint mark coins circulating. In reality, the 1972 penny with no mint mark is perfectly normal, as the Philadelphia Mint traditionally left out the mint mark on their coins. But what makes this specific penny significant is how it stood out in the marketplace for its rarity and subtlety. Okay, now let's get to the juicy part, the current market value of the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. The value of a 1972 no-mint mark penny is influenced by a few key factors. For starters, the condition of the coin plays a huge role. In general, a 1972 penny with no mint mark in average circulation grade is worth only about 1 to 2 cents, essentially just the face value. However, when you start talking about high quality, uncirculated examples or coins in excellent condition, things begin to get interesting. A well-preserved 1972 no mint mark penny could fetch anywhere from $3 to $5, sometimes even more depending on the demand and the grading company. Now, for those of you who love collecting error coins, the 1972 penny has an interesting twist. There are certain varieties of the 1972 penny that can significantly increase its value, specifically, the 1972 double die obverse. The 1972 double die obverse features a doubling of the letters and numbers on the obverse, front, side of the coin, most notably in the word Liberty and the date 1972. These types of coins are considered errors, and collectors will pay a premium for them. A 1972 double die obverse penny can range in price from a few $100s for lower grade examples to upwards of $1,000 or more for high grade versions. In fact, some extremely well preserved, high graded examples have been known to sell for over $5,000 at auction. So, here's the big question. Could a 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny ever be worth $1 million? The answer is, it's highly unlikely. While there are some rare coins that have crossed the $1 million mark, such as the famous 1943 copper penny, the 1972 no-mint mark penny doesn't quite reach that level of rarity or demand. The odds of finding a 1972 no-mint mark penny worth millions are pretty slim. But there's always a possibility for the market to surprise us. Now, some of you might be wondering whether investing in rare coins like the 1972 no-mint mark penny is a smart financial move. Well, the truth is, coins can be a great investment if you know what to look for and do your research. While a single 1972 penny on its own isn't likely to make you a millionaire, the overall trend in coin collecting shows that rare coins can increase in value over time, especially when you're talking about varieties, errors, and coins in excellent condition. If you're interested in starting a collection or investing in rare coins, it's crucial to get your coins graded and authenticated by a professional service, such as PCGS or NGC. This will help ensure you're getting a fair price for your coins and that you're buying something with true market potential. So, in conclusion, The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not likely to make you a millionaire, but it is certainly a valuable piece of American history. Whether you're just starting out as a collector or you're looking to add a few interesting coins to your collection, it's a great coin to consider. And don't forget, if you happen to find a 1972 double-die obverse, you could be looking at a nice payday. As always, make sure to subscribe for more coin collecting tips, valuable insights, and rare finds. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments if you've ever come across any rare pennies or have any questions about coin collecting. 1976 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be asking, why this particular penny? Well, you're about to find out because this little cent could be worth way more than you think. Stick around till the end as we reveal its current market value and what makes it so special in today's coin market. The 1976 penny might seem like just another cent in your collection, but when you get the full picture of its history, minting process, and potential rarity, it becomes clear that this coin is far from ordinary. So, let's break it all down. The 1976 penny, minted at the Denver Mint, is part of a series of pennies struck to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The United States Mint decided to honor this milestone by producing coins with special designs, including the 1976 bicentennial quarter and half dollar, but the penny stayed true to its traditional design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Now, the coin features the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, who has graced the penny since 1909, and as we can see, this coin has the D mint mark indicating it was produced in Denver. Unlike other pennies from its era, the 1976 penny has drawn attention from collectors for a few specific reasons. First, it was minted in large quantities. Over 4 billion of these coins were produced that year. That makes it pretty common, but don't let that fool you. There are a few factors that can significantly increase the value of a 1976 penny. One of the first things you should understand is that the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. The 1976 penny in circulation today is likely to be worn out or have some degree of damage due to its age. But here's where things get interesting. The real value lies in finding one in exceptional condition, especially if it has a strong strike, good details, and little to no wear. If you have a 1976 penny that is in what's called mint state, or MS, meaning it's virtually uncirculated, you could be looking at a coin that's worth far more than just 1 cent. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. So, what's the market value of this penny today? Well, if you've got a regular, worn 1976 penny, it's likely worth just a penny, or maybe a little more if it's in decent condition. But for those of you who are lucky enough to find one in pristine condition, the value can climb significantly. A 1976 penny in mint condition with a grade of MS65 can easily fetch $1 to $2 at auction or through a reputable dealer. But here's the kicker: if you've got a specimen with a higher grade, say MS67 or better, the value can skyrocket. For a coin in that condition, you could be looking at anywhere from $20 to $50. Or even higher, depending on the current market trends and demand. And if you're lucky enough to have one in perfect gem condition, a grade of MS70, that could make you the proud owner of a coin worth hundreds of dollars. It's not impossible to find these super high-grade examples, but they are rare. Now, let's talk about something even more exciting. Could the 1976 penny be worth $1 million? While it's unlikely for most of these coins, there have been extreme cases where pennies, even those struck in regular years, have hit the $1 million mark. Coins that are unique, exceptionally rare, or feature minting errors have fetched mind-blowing amounts. For example, certain error pennies like the famous 1943 copper penny have sold for well over $1 million. While the 1976 penny isn't likely to join that elite group, it's still worth keeping an eye on your collection, especially if you suspect you've found a rare variety or error. And here's something to remember: always get your coin professionally graded if you think it could be a rare find. A certified coin can bring in a much higher value than one that's ungraded or misidentified. So, what's the bottom line on the 1976 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny? While it's not an immediate $1 million coin, if you find one in exceptional condition or with a rare error, it could be worth significantly more than just 1 cent. With the right care and knowledge, this penny could potentially be worth a small fortune. 1978 Lincoln penny in thought. It's just another penny, right? Well, think again. That simple, copper-colored coin in your pocket might just be worth far more than you think. In today's video, we're diving deep into the history, rarity, and market value of the 1978 Lincoln penny, and how it could make you a millionaire. Now, let's start by talking about the basics of the 1978 Lincoln penny. This coin, which is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial series, has been widely circulated and is often overlooked by many collectors. But here's the big question: is it really just worth 1 cent, or could it be hiding something special? The 1978 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just like many pennies produced in the 1970s. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. And on the reverse, you'll see the classic Lincoln Memorial, which became the standard design for the reverse of the penny from 1959 to 2008. But what makes the 1978 Lincoln penny special? In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, and they were all struck at either the Philadelphia Mint or the Denver Mint. The key here is the mint mark. Now, most 1978 pennies were minted with the Philadelphia Mint mark, the famous no mint mark coins. But here's the twist: some 1978 pennies have unique characteristics that make them rarer and more valuable than others. Let's take a closer look. Some 1978 pennies feature errors or rare variations that could increase their value dramatically. The most common error coins from 1978 include double strikes, off-center errors, and die cracks. These types of minting mistakes are extremely rare, and their value can skyrocket, especially if they're in mint condition. The screen splits into two, showing a regular 1978 penny on one side and a rare double strike error penny on the other. For example, a double strike 1978 penny could fetch up to $2,000 or even more at auction. And that's just for one mistake. Other rare minting errors, like off-center coins or clash dies, can send the value even higher, often reaching the $5,000 to $10,000 range. But there's one more thing you absolutely need to know. Did you know that ungraded or raw 1978 pennies can also be worth a small fortune if they're in pristine condition? That's right. The mint state, MS, or proof pennies in excellent shape, especially those with minimal wear and tear, can be worth much more than their face value. If you happen to have a 1978 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition, it could be worth around $1 to $2 at a minimum. But if it's in perfect condition with no noticeable flaws, the value can shoot up to $10, $20, or even $50. If you happen to find a graded 1978 penny that's been professionally authenticated and graded by experts at companies like PCGS or NGC, you could be sitting on a potential gold mine. A mint state 67 or higher graded coin could easily fetch thousands in the right market. For a 1978 double strike penny, the price could easily go into the $50,000 to $100,000 range for a high-grade, flawless example. So, now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if your 1978 penny is worth millions? Here's what to look for. Check for a mint mark. Philadelphia and Denver are the most common. If you find an unusual mint mark or no mint mark, you might have a rare version. Double strikes, off-centers, and other errors are where the big money lies. If your coin looks brand new, it might be worth much more than face value. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition are the most valuable. If you think your penny could be valuable, get it professionally graded by experts. This step could significantly raise its worth. It's important to understand that not every 1978 penny is going to be worth a fortune. But with some luck, patience, and a keen eye for rare errors or exceptional conditions, your 1978 Lincoln penny could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. So, next time you come across a 1978 penny in your pocket change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, and you might just find yourself holding a rare piece of history that could turn into a small fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1978 Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Also, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare penny, or do you have any questions about your own collection? 1988 NP Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. One of those coins that has sparked quite the buzz in the coin collecting community. We'll discuss its history, rarity, and what makes this penny so valuable today. And of course, we'll talk about how much it's worth in today's market, and whether it could be worth millions. Let's start by stepping back into the history books. The Lincoln 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1909, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner to honor Abraham Lincoln's centennial birthday. The 1988 penny, however, was part of a regular series, but with one twist: its rarity and its special mint mark. When we talk about the 1988 penny, we're not just discussing a standard circulation coin. No, today we're focusing on the 1988 NP mint mark, a coin that stands out in a market full of pennies. Now you might be wondering, what is this NP mint mark all about? Well, in 1988, certain pennies were struck at the Denver Mint, which is why they typically carry the D mint mark. But, and this is key, the NP is not a common mint mark. In fact, this NP stamp was a typo, making it incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. This error has caused a lot of confusion, but it's also what makes the 1988 NP so intriguing. So, what exactly makes the 1988 NP mint mark penny rare? Well, here's the scoop. This coin was supposed to carry the D mint mark for Denver. However, a small mistake occurred during production, and some pennies were stamped with NP, likely due to a misalignment in the minting process. This small but significant error means that only a handful of these NP mint-marked pennies were produced, making them incredibly rare. Some estimates suggest that less than 10 of these misprinted coins exist today. And, as we all know, rarity is one of the key factors that makes a coin's value soar. Because of this, the 1988 NP penny is considered a mint era coin, an official, but rare mistake made during the coin's production. Mint era coins are highly prized among collectors and can command sky-high prices in the right market. Now, let's talk about what you've all been waiting for: the value of the 1988 NP Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Thanks to its rarity and the uniqueness of the minting era, this penny can fetch some truly impressive prices. But how much exactly? Well, prices for the 1988 NP penny can vary widely depending on the condition and provenance of the coin. As of recent auctions, coins with the NP mint mark have sold for anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000 for specimens in good condition. Some of the rarer pieces, particularly those in mint state, have sold for much more. There are even rumors that one could eventually reach $1 million in the right market. This is because of the high demand for mint era coins, especially when it comes to iconic ones like the Lincoln cent. So, how can you spot this rare coin? Well, first things first, you'll need to carefully examine the mint mark on your 1988 penny. The most obvious feature of the NP error is the mint mark itself. It will be misaligned and appear as NP instead of the standard D for Denver. Another important step is to check the overall condition of the coin. Like any rare collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in pristine or near-perfect condition will be valued far more than those with significant wear or damage. It's always a good idea to get your coin professionally graded if you think you have one of these rare pennies. As for the million-dollar question, could the 1988 NP penny ever reach $1 million value? While it's certainly possible, it would depend on several factors. The coin would have to remain in top condition, and the market for era coins would need to continue growing. We've seen similar coins, like the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double-die penny, reach significant values, sometimes even going into the $1 million range. So, while it's not out of the question, it's still a long shot, at least for now. So, there you have it. The 1988 NP Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is definitely a coin worth keeping an eye on, especially if you're a collector or investor in the world of rare coins. Its rarity and minting error make it a unique piece in the world of numismatics, and its potential for future appreciation could make it a highly profitable find. If you enjoyed learning about this rare coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more content about rare coins, their history, and their market values. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever come across a 1988 NP penny, or if you have any other rare coins in your collection. 1992 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. You won't believe how much this coin could be worth in today's market. Stick around as we uncover the current market value of this penny, and why it could be worth millions of dollars. Now you might be wondering, what's so special about a 1992 D penny? After all, it's just one of millions minted every year. But here's the kicker: rare minting errors can make certain coins incredibly valuable, and the 1992 D Lincoln penny is no exception. Let's rewind for a moment. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, and since then, it has been an iconic part of American currency. Over the years, a lot of different varieties and mints have been produced, but what makes the 1992 D penny unique? Well, let's break it down. While most 1992 D pennies you find in circulation are worth their face value of just 1 cent, some are worth a lot more. In fact, a 1992 D Lincoln penny with a specific error could be worth thousands, or even millions. Now here's the error: some 1992 D pennies have what's called a double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, leading to doubling of the design elements, most notably, the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust. This rare double die error creates a noticeable duplication of the text, making the coin highly sought after by collectors. Finding a 1992 D double die penny is no easy task. It's not something that you'll find every day. In fact, these coins are extremely rare, and when they do show up, collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar. Here's the shocking part: as of 2024, a 1992 D double die penny can be valued anywhere from $3,000 to over $50,000, depending on its condition and the quality of the error. And if it's in mid-condition, it can fetch a staggering $100,000 or more in a competitive auction. But here's where things get even crazier: some high-grade examples of these pennies have been known to sell for millions of dollars. That's right, million-dollar coins. If you happen to find a perfect specimen with no visible damage and a prominent double die error, you could be holding an extremely valuable piece of American history. Of course, not all 1992 D pennies with errors are created equal. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Coins in good condition, with no scratches, dings, or discoloration, will be worth far more than those that show wear and tear. So, how can you check your own collection for a valuable 1992 D penny? It's simple. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and look closely at the text, especially the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see any doubling or blurry letters, you might be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Don't forget, condition is key, so be sure to handle your coins with care. Use soft gloves when inspecting your pennies, and store them in a protective case to avoid any damage that could lower their value. Let's quickly review how to identify the double die error in your 1992 D penny. Look for a doubled image of the letters, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Examine the date. Sometimes the numbers themselves can show doubling. Check the mint mark. If you see signs of doubling on the D mint mark, that's a major red flag that you've got something special. As we wrap up, let's remember that the value of a 1992 D Lincoln penny with a double die error can vary greatly depending on its quality. Mint condition pennies with clear doubling can easily fetch 6 figures at auction, and in some rare cases, even hit the $1 million mark. So, there you have it, folks. The 1992 D Lincoln penny with a double die error could be worth more than you ever imagined. Always check your spare change, because you never know. You might just stumble across a hidden gem worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more coin-related content.